Continuing our series on where to fly model rockets in the greater Phoenix area, we are at Dynamite Park in North Phoenix off of Cave Creek Road, heading to Cave Creek and Dynamite Road. This is another little park here that's all grass. It's a good size, but part of it is cordoned off for flying model rockets and RC airplanes, and part of it is off limits to that. We'll take a look at that and see how this park works for flying model rockets. We are looking south, east, west. This is the end of the park, and I'll show you on the overhead map that is designated for flying model rockets and RC control planes. In the north part of the park, or the east part of the park, and this northeast part over here where there's tennis courts, that is off limits to flying. This part of the park is off limit, but recovering, if your rocket recovers over there, you'll be all right. A and B motors, pretty good size field here. I'll show you in the overhead the exact dimensions. Grass field, so your rockets are going to land nice and soft here. Wide open, no light standards, no trees in the way, except for on the edge. So you'll have to watch out for that. But flying A and B motor rockets here, you should have no problem. Standing basically in the middle of Dynamite Park, where you would want to set your launch pad up, just to pan around to see the kind of area you have. It's in a neighborhood, so it's nice and quiet. Lots of people use this park. It's small, but there's a walking track around it, tennis courts, kids on bikes, kids kicking balls, people walking their dogs and kids. A lot of people here because it is very close to a good sized neighborhood here. An overhead view of Dynamite Park, so we can look at some dimensions and see how big this thing is. Here's Dynamite Road down on the bottom here to the south. You enter right here. There's a parking lot right in here. Dynamite Road comes off of Cave Creek Road. You'll see in the video these bushes from the entrance hide the view of this field, but there's a cut through right here that you walk through and enter the flying part of the field, which is right here. This part of the field, this northeastern quadrant, is off limits to flying rockets. You're going to want to launch in this field, part of the field here. If you have to recover over here, that's fine. You'll be able to go get your rockets over there. But this is where you want to set up your launch pad. Let's look at some dimensions of the park here. We'll start at the bottom corner and look right about this spot right here is probably a good spot to figure that that's your farthest north and east you want to go. So we'll take a look at that. 726 feet. That's a pretty good size spot. We'll cut across the other way right where you walk into the park here, to the opposite corner here. That's 572 feet, and we'll just measure straight across for fun over to the tennis courts here, 600 feet, 614 feet. So this is a pretty good size area here for flying. It's bigger than some of the other parks, like McQueen Park. So there's room. This map is on the SSS website to reinforce what I just said about where you can fly and don't fly. This area here, it says remote controlled aircraft area, but that's where we launch rockets. No fly area, no remote control, no rockets over here. Here's the tennis courts. The parking area is right here. Cut through is right here. So you're going to walk right into the area where you can fly. The entrance to this park, you can't really see the flying field. It is behind all of these trees and shrubs. There's a walkway around that goes that way and around, or there's a cut through that you walk from the parking lot north, basically, and a little bit west. That will take you right into the flying area. And you're looking right into the part where you're allowed to fly in. All right, time to launch an Estes EX-200. It's a little mini 13mm motor rocket here at Dynamite Park with a streamer on it. I'm gonna get it up and down just to not overfly the field and just to get one off the ground here in this perfect little park, really, for this kind of a motor. So let's put this thing up. Let's try this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. It's coming right back on a streamer.